Alright, so this is my 120 gallon cichlid tank. It's 4 feet by 2 feet deep, 4 feet across, 2 feet deep. I got double overflows. It's a reef ready tank. I wanted a sump because I wanted the high turnover. I got 2 Jebo RW8 power heads, so they do the job here. This is a planted cichlid tank. I tried to do a planted tank when I first set this up, but it didn't turn out, cichlids being diggers and all. So I did a little research and I wound up doing using Tupperware to make little planters. And I put the dirt in there and planted, and then put, as you can see in the back, I put rock around the planters, one to hide the plastic, and 2 to make it a little more difficult so that the fish wouldn't dig them out. Occasionally they do knock some of those taller ones down when they chase each other, but you just stick them back in. It's usually not a problem. Got limestone rock. I kind of set it up reefish. I used to have a reef tank, so that's kind of the style I'm accustomed to. So I did some caves. See what else? I did DIY LEDs. These are 120 watt LED lights, floodlights. I got them from Amazon. I got both of them for 90 bucks. And then I made the brackets myself out of conduit, aluminum conduit. And just bought the elbows. It was really simple. I did it in about 10 minutes. And then I fed the light through the conduit, which was nice. Underneath I got a 40 gallon sump. It's DIY. I just did the a little DIY sock holder there. It's I think it's a 9-inch sock by 14 inches. And I was trying to do the HMF filtration. It's working well. As you can see, my tank is really pretty clear. I do weekly water changes, heavy water changes. I would say I do about maybe 70% a week. I'm just using tap water and pure to get the chlorine out. But back down to my sump here. I need to make a bracket or something to hold the sponge filtration, because you can see the current knocks over the real dense foam. It just keeps leaning. I put a rock against it, a lot of sediment down there. Put rock against it and it still pushes it over. So I gotta make a plastic clamp or something to bind all 3 together so they don't tip over as easy. And I was thinking about getting some heavy root feeders down here, and as a freshwater refugium, get something going on, something that's gonna help take the nutrients out. I've been running it like this for about 4 months, and I haven't cleaned any of those sponges out. I got them from eBay. They were about 10 bucks a piece, so it was pretty inexpensive. And you can see I just the scrap I just diced up and threw in the first chamber there, just for extra biological filtration, hopefully. I did put a dimmer switch down here. Back to my lights, I ran the lights. Both of those lights go to that dimmer switch, and then there's a cord that I spliced into that dimmer switch that I plug in the timer down here. So I could dim the lights down, and up if I needed to or want to, which is kind of nice. It controls both of them at the same time. It's working well. My plants are doing really well. I did notice I got some blackening around some of the leaves. I don't know if you can see on that sword back there. There's some black spots on the leaves around the edges and some holes forming here, but I just put some plant food in yesterday, some flourish tabs, so hopefully that'll help out. But Yeah, so far I'm really pleased. This is my first cichlid tank, my first freshwater tank in probably 30 years. I had a 36-gallon saltwater tank that I came out of, and I initially was gonna. This was meant to be a saltwater tank, but at the last minute I changed my mind. I couldn't do all the stuff I wanted to do. It was too expensive. The extra lighting and the larger skimmer, all that compiled with the cost of the new tank and stand was just going to be too much. So I decided to go with the cichlids, and you know, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with it. It's way less maintenance. Take water straight from the tap. Water changes are a breeze. I don't have to add salt. I don't have to worry much. I got really high pH in my water. I'm in South Texas, San Antonio. So our pH is, you know, right around 8 normally. So, you know, I could take it straight from the tap, just get the chlorine out, and the fish are really happy. Starting to color up. I got most of my fish from Imperial Tropical, and these guys are just now starting to get their color in. Those are Eureka Reds there. I got 2 Eureka Reds. I bought 5 unsexed for $24, I think it was. And that one up there is a, I forgot what he's called. It's like a sunshine, I think he's called. He's turning yellow. It's kind of orangish now, but he's turning yellow and his face is going blue. And I wound up with three males and 2 females of the sunshines, and 2 males of the Eureka Reds with 3 females. And then the others I just got from, you know, the local fish store. You know, $8 fish, you know, but they're okay. They're not too unattractive, but they get along pretty good. No one bothers the small fish. When I first got them, they were all small, except for the ones I got from the, you know, PetSmart or whatever for $7. But they were all much bigger, and they didn't mess with them much, you know. It is a decent sized tank, you know, 4 feet by 2 feet, but you know, I didn't lose any fish, I would say, from aggression or stress, which is good. And I've had the cichlids, let's see, what are we now, February? I've had them since, I would say, September of 2016. Is when I got my first cichlids. So overall, like I said, I'm really happy with it. Any advice or anything you notice or any questions, feel free to leave comments. Like I said, I am new to freshwater. I haven't done freshwater in so long. Not in my adult life. You know, I had like a 10-gallon when I was a kid, but nothing like this. But coming from reef keeping, I felt a little more confident and in setting things up like the sump. You know, that's where most of my experience has been lately. So, oh yeah, food-wise, I'm feeding them. What was this, bloodworm? They really like that, and I was just feeding them straight pellets, Spectrum New Life pellets, and their color was good. But when I started adding the bloodworm, their color really started popping. I mean, they really love it. They go into a frenzy, and I usually turn off the overflow so I don't suck the food into the filter, but I leave the power heads on, and you know, it kicks the food around, everybody eats, and then when there's nothing floating anymore, I turn the sump back on. It's a DC pump, by the way. It's got a controller on the side like the power heads that can control the speed. It's also a Jebo. They make a pretty good product. I've used their pumps for, you know, over the last 10 years, and they've all been, you know, really consistent. And for the price, you can't beat it. To get the controls, the controllability. Let me see if I can swing around and show you that's my DC pump controller, and that's one of the RW8 controllers. I can control pulse or make it surge, and you control the intensity and how fast you want. Pretty good pumps for, you know, $70-ish, $75, I think, on Amazon for each one. It's not too bad. So, anyways, yeah, like I said, let me know what you think, and take it easy.